What's up, y'all? Pat here. And I know I'm not telling you anything you didn't already know. Paul Harrell has passed away. His video announcing his passing has approached 2 million views right about now. And if you are in the GunTube world, the YouTube gun community, whatever you want to call it, I know you've already seen this, and I know you already know the news. You know, I could sit here and I could spout off all of the quintessential things like gone too soon and all of these other words that we say. But I do know that I can say that I wish that I had been able to meet Paul. You know, I travel around, I run around all over the country. I go to all of these events. I'm gone at least once a month to some type of industry range day. And I meet all your favorite YouTubers and all my favorite YouTubers and your favorite Instagrammers. I run into all of these people. And I get to spend time with all of these people. But for some reason, Paul and I, we never brushed. We never were actually at the same place. Partially because I'm East Coast, he's West Coast, and then I just don't think he went to a lot of the industry range days. I just didn't really ever see a lot of presence of him there, so I probably wouldn't have got to meet him. But I'm pretty sure, well, let me preface, there's an old saying, never meet your heroes. I probably could have met that hero. I feel like I'm a little bit of a lesser person for not meeting Paul. But now, one thing that I actually did like, as he commented on one of my videos a couple of years ago, I remixed one of his videos. He was talking about the dangers of the cylinder gap of a revolver. And so what I did was I took snippets of his video and I expanded on it. I took it all the way up to a 500 Magnum and did his same little exhibit. But what was awesome is he, like I said, commented on that video. Let me read this to you. It says, ha 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 ha, valuable info and very entertaining. The sacrifices we make for science, smiley face. So the thing about that, when one of the big guys, when they come in and they find you, they comment or whatever, it feels like you made it. You achieved something. I don't know where I made it. I don't know what I achieved, but I got recognition from Paul Harrell himself, and I thought that was really cool. It was kind of like I have arrived. Don't really know where I arrived, but I arrived. But anyway, in remembrance of Paul Harrell, let's re-roll that video.
Hi, we're out on our range today, and yes, it is our range.
We're out on the range today. Yes, this is our range. Forget this, man. It is 96 freaking degrees in Tennessee. I am not doing this. I was trying to be store brand Paul Harrell, and it is just too dang hot for extra layers. It must be nice living in the Pacific Northwest. But now, I watched a video of his the other day, and he was strapping chicken legs onto a revolver cylinder to see what the gap would do. Now, I watched that video. He progressed through 38 Special.
So I have my Smith & Wesson Model 15 loaded with Winchester White Box 38 Special 130 grain full metal jacket flat nose. Let's see what happens. Put a black mark on the skin, didn't even break the skin.
He progressed through 38 Special plus P.
Now I have my Model 15 loaded with Remington Green and White Box 38 Special plus P 125 grain semi-jacketed hollow point. Now let's see what happens. Now it broke the skin. Now we're doing a little bit of damage. Would it cut your finger off? I'm going to say no, but wow, that would hurt.
He went on to 357 Magnum.
Now I have my Smith & Wesson Model 686-6 with a 6-inch barrel, loaded with Winchester White Box 357 Magnum 110 grain semi-jacketed hollow point. Let's see what happens. Okay. That was a lot more damage.
Then he went to 44 mag, and I said, man, I would have loved to have been there and brought my 500 Magnum.
Now I have my Smith & Wesson Model 29 with a 6-inch barrel, and it's loaded with Winchester White Box 44 Magnum 240 grain jacketed soft point. Now let's see what happens. Damn.
This thing can get up to 60,000 PSI, which is rifle pressure, okay? So basically, this thing right here can absolutely blow some digits off. So I did this not to rip off his video idea, to kind of do an addendum, because I think it would have been great to see his reaction to see what this 500 Magnum will do. Of course, I've got some really hot ammo, got some chicken legs, I've got some hot dogs, I got some rubber bands to hold all this on here, and we're going to have a blast. All right, so I've got 2 hot dogs rubber banded right here by the cylinder gap, just so that you can see the pressures that come out. Now, do understand that all the food today, it is past due, or it's out of date rather. So this food serves no purpose for feeding anyone. I wouldn't want to be that insensitive to someone hungry. So let's go ahead and blast this. Let's see what this thing does. I am so curious. Shoo! Dude, something hit me in the freaking face. Man, that actually hurt. Look at that. I got chunks of junk all over me. That is freaking hilarious. So I don't know if this is hot dog 1 or hot dog 2, but boy, that is just absolutely, it cut this one clean, but that one is just riddled all within, torn in triangular shapes. This is some pretty wild crap. Let's do some chicken. On second thought, let's not do chicken yet. I have a muzzle brake that Paul doesn't have. Let's see how this does with that muzzle brake. Ooh, cut it clean off, just radially like you'd expect. Let's check out this piece. So yeah, man, just minced it. Freaking wild. Let's pull this nasty crap off of here. It's 96 degrees today. This stuff is going to start smelling so rancid. So man, I'm glad I bought that protective lens. I've got junk splattered on it. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's affecting my quality. I got junk on my display monitor. But anyway, here we go. Chicken wing, chicken wing. Here is the moment of truth. This is what he used. Now his 44 Magnum threw it off and it split it in half and broke the bone. Let's see what a good old 500 mag will do. Wait, let's get that turned back up. Get back there. There we go. Shoo! Dude, something hit my face and it absolutely hurt. That is a blast of stuff. Let me go get this chicken wing. It went way over here. So check this out, guys. It has absolutely minced this thing. We laid it clean open. So this would have all laid together like this. We got 1 big shard laid over, 3 big pieces laid over. We've absolutely broken the bone. So, you know, he was actually pretty good when he was using the chicken leg or the drumstick as kind of the human finger, because that's going to be about the same size of the bone coming out. So yeah, this would just blow the freaking bone apart. Just filleted it. So the skin's all completely pulled back. Like I said, just big hangy chunks. That is freaking insane. Now, at one point in Paul's video, he spoke about being a medical professional and he sanitized his hands with hand wipes. Well, I figured in case I turn that salmonella into aerosol and breathe it down my airways, I better coat it with some moonshine. Good old Smoky. So let's go ahead and fry some chicken on the muzzle brake of this thing. I've got that thing strapped up there nicely. Well, kind of nicely. Stay. You don't go anywhere until I tell you to. There we go. That's probably satisfactory. So now, let's go ahead and try this thing. Let's see what we do. Shoo! Even way out there, man. That stuff hits your face, it hurts. But now it has absolutely butterflied it. I can see it. It went from here, positioned here, to about 8 feet over there. Let me go get that thing. So this one actually has a little bit of burn on it, but look at that. It has separated one big old chunk, just butterflied it. I know I like to take drumettes and I'll butterfly them and lay them open and put them on the grill with seasoning all in them, and it's great. So minus a little bit of lead, I may have to use the 500 Magnum for that. But look at that, man. Chunk, 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 just laying off. Skin just split back. Now, it didn't break the bone out there. That's pretty wild. So now, at this point, I think I'm going to take this one and a whole one, and I'm going to strap it to both sides of it and see what kind of chunks we can send flying. Whew, chicken roulette. I have got one on each side, and of course we've got one round right there ready to rotate right into it. I actually held these on with 2 rubber bands. There's twice the meat, and I thought maybe twice the elasticity will hold it in there. So what I am predicting, you guys go ahead and predict in the comment section, but what I'm predicting is 2 broken bones and 2 filleted chickens, because what we're doing here is we're actually sealing up more of the cylinder gap. I think this is going to be interesting. Too much chicken in too many places. Oh, dude, the pain in my hand. I don't know if you can see that. There is just a ton of little fine chicken flakes all over my hand. I've actually got gunpowder right there on the inside. That is freaking insane. Of course, we jettisoned both pieces of chicken. One's way over here against the barn, and the other one's about 20 feet that way. So sealing up both sides of the cylinder gap just proved to hold all of that pressure. We've broken both bones. You know, this is the first one. It hadn't been broken yet, but look at that. 2 blasts have absolutely laid this thing out. This one is first blast. That is way more damage than the first one by itself. So sealing up both sides of that cylinder gap kept more pressure in there and exhibited on more of this. So now what this means in real life, yes, the raccoons will eat very good. So what this means in real life, dude, there's even freaking chicken inside where the ejector is. So what this means in real life is that when you're shooting this, you're not going to want to go all tactical Timmy. You're going to come back here, hold this thing with a revolver hold. Because, man, if your thumb was up here, your thumb has quite a bit less meat on it than those chicken wings. And that's actually an interesting smell. 500 Magnum barbecue. But basically, if your thumb's up here, it has less meat and an equivalent of the bone. So you are going to freaking lose it. So, like, I don't know. Let's say it was a self-defense situation where you're trying to fight it. Dude, you're getting filleted. I mean, just, it's going to go wild on you. But now this thing is just covered in grease. I got gunpowder on my hand. Chicken flakes all over my arm. I got junk right there on my freaking nose. Of course, today's the day to have a pimple too. So yeah, I got junk all over my face. I got junk all over my camera, my GoPro. It's all over my tripod. I have food laying all out here. I have got a greasy mess on my 500 Magnum, but of course I'm not worried about that because Liberty Bell Firearms did the Cerakote on this thing. They did a distressed stainless, and man, it looks nice. So all of this is just going to wipe off of it. But now, as for sanitization, I swear there's chicken just in my mouth. Ugh. In all things cleanliness. All right, check this out, man. I got chunks there. Good thing I bought this protective lens. I got a chunk right there on my display. There's a big chunk right there. Dude, I got chunks of freaking crap everywhere. There's like a chicken and a hot dog and a hot dog, and there's a hot dog, and whew. After shower report, that was pretty nasty. Just to let you know what I was up against. You just come down the side of the truck and see the chunks of chicken, man. Yeah, I just had to get that out of my hair, out of my beard. So, fingers crossed I don't get aerosol salmonella. Of course, this monstrosity is a holster that my buddy Brandon custom formed from Kydex. Look at that, man. Got the 500 Magnum in there just at the ready. So freaking cool.